welcome you to college softball in Lubbock, Texas from Rocky Johnson Field. The 12th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders open up their final homestand of the regular season and welcome in the Mavericks of UT Arlington. It is great to have you with us this afternoon. I'm Chris Sylvester, our entire crew after yesterday's scheduled midweek was canceled with the threat of thunderstorms. It is sunny and 83 degrees as we get ready for college softball on this Wednesday afternoon. Texas Tech coming off regular season home schedule, but should Texas Tech finish right around where they are, they've got an excellent chance at hosting at least a regional come the postseason. So Marley Nisis steps in, underway from Lubbock with a foul ball out of play. 83 degrees, sunny conditions, windy conditions, as is usually the case here in the hub city. Bubba Ewald has the home plate duties this afternoon. Perry Owens at first. Joshua Forberger is the third base umpire. That's upstairs to Nisis, who checks in with a .252 batting average on the season. A junior from Cedar Park. 3 hits over the weekend against Grand Canyon, one of the top pitching staffs in the country. Outside corner with the off-speed pitch. And Lincoln's in front, 1 ball, 2 strikes. UT Arlington picked to finish 5th in the WAC preseason poll. Right now tied for 6th place in conference. 6-6 in true road games. It's rolled over towards the left side. Lindemuth snaps the throw across. And first batter for Samantha Lincoln grounds out. And that is the first out of the game. Defensive alignment for Tech. Elder Davis, Allred, the usual suspects in the outfield. Lindemuth, Tony, as good as it gets defensively on the left side of the infield with Langoliers at second. Nyjah Kennedy, a rare appearance outside of the circle at first base today with Valdez catching the southpaw Lincoln. Emma Lopez, first ball swinging, fouls it back. Mavericks have dropped 5 straight. But they do have a Big 12 win this year. They scored a midweek victory at Baylor at the end of last month. Close miss off the outside. Lopez, sophomore from Whittier in Southern California in her second year at UT Arlington. One of the more improved players on this roster. The batting average up about 80 points from where it finished a season ago. Just underway in West Texas. Now the 2-1. That's on the inside. Count level 2-2 here on Lopez. And here comes the 2-strike offering. Tried to go back to that inside corner. That was a little too far off the inside. This is the final midweek contest of the season for the Mavs. Penultimate midweek for Texas Tech. Full count pitch. Fouled back. Lopez has been a tough customer to strike out this year. Only struck out 9 times in 86 at-bats. Lincoln will come home with another payoff. And Lopez just gets a piece of it. Former Red Raider Dee McClarity waits on deck. Texas Tech was supposed to host North Texas last night, but both the softball and baseball games getting canceled that were scheduled here on campus. There's another full count delivery, and it's on the outside edge. Strike 3 called. Lopez swinging at the pitches towards the inside, but did not offer at that full count delivery as it grazed the outer third, as Sam Lincoln has her first punch out of the day for out number 2 here in the top of the first. So 2 up, 2 down, and the ex-Red Raider Dee McClarity whiffs through the first one. McClarity was a member of this Texas Tech program back when Craig Snyder was the head coach, junior from Garland here in Texas. Spent the last 2 seasons here in Lubbock. Appeared in 21 games, started 7 of them last year. .295 batting average in her first season with the Mavericks. 5 homers, 12 RBIs as she skies it foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McClarity had a 4-game hitting streak snapped when she pinch hit in the series finale against Grand Canyon on Saturday. Enjoying her first season as a Maverick. There's a 1-2. Swing and another foul ball off the bat of Dee McClarity. "14 starts in total for McClarity in a Red Raider uniform as a reserve first baseman each of the last 2 years. Line shot into left field. That ought to feel good for Dee McClarity. And she's aboard with 2 outs in the UT Arlington half of the first. So a comfortable setting for the Tech transfer, and she picks up a base knock in her first trip back to West Texas, taking advantage of an elevated 2-strike pitch from the freshman Samantha Lincoln. That will continue the inning for Mia McNulty, starting catcher. McNulty out of the cleanup spot today, .258 batting average, 7 doubles, 5 homers, 21 batted in. Sophomore from Laguna Niguel in Southern California. Sends this one in the air to right field. Allred waiting for it to come down and squeezes out number 3. 2-out single from McClarity, but that's all for the Mavericks. Number 12, Texas Tech, is coming up. Her 5th start of the season, has logged 52 2/3 innings, does have 2 saves. Mavericks have used her in a multitude of roles and has done a nice job, just as Sam Lincoln, at limiting the base on balls. Just 18 walks issued and almost 53 innings in the circle. Maya Davis gets things started. A .370 batting average. As you get a look at Texas Tech's starting lineup, of course a non-conference game, but they have enjoyed their time against Big 12 pitching. .332 team batting average in conference play, with a comfortable lead, holding the tiebreakers over Arizona, Oklahoma State. They have won every conference series, and Jerry Glasgow has still never lost a conference series as a head coach. And Maya Davis leads off the home half of the first with a base knock to left center field. Texas Tech top 40 team batting average in the country. Maya Davis has been a big reason for it.
Haley Toney.
So Davis aboard, Haley Toney, the freshman, on her way to the batter's box. She was on base in all 3 games over the weekend in Tucson. Jerry Glasgow using an early offensive timeout here to talk things over with Haley Toney as she gets ready to face Gutierrez, the left-hander. Texas Tech, all they need is a couple wins at home this weekend over Arizona State to clinch their first ever Big 12 regular season title. And a lot of firsts for this Texas Tech squad under Jerry Glasgow this season. Gutierrez from Pearland, Texas, Second season with the program as Tony goes after the first pitch, rolls a base hit to right field. Maya Davis peels around, heads to third. The throw back to first, not in time to get Tony. And the Red Raiders are in business. They've got him at the corners with nobody out. Well, back-to-back singles from the top two. And the Tech batting order is Haley Tony needs just one pitch to get on base here. Davis with a great read. Sometimes a little too fast even for herself, as she thought about getting up and charging to home plate as that throw went back to the opposite side of the diamond. So they're at the corners with nobody out for Bailey Lindemuth. Lindemuth, the freshman from Burleson, enjoying a nice first collegiate campaign. .327 batting average, 5 homers, 25 RBIs. Off speed as the throw down to second is cut off. Stolen base for Haley Tony, her 10th of the year, to break up any type of force play up the middle. Now base hit to the outfield, would likely bring home a couple. Lindemuth 400 this year with runners in scoring position as she takes the 1-1 upstairs. Abby Gutierrez last pitched against Grand Canyon, appeared twice in the weekend series, ending in 2/3 scoreless in relief in the series finale as she hits Lindemuth with the 2-1 offering. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Alexa Langoliers, the cleanup hitter, coming up for Texas Tech. First time all year that Lindemuth has been hit by a pitch. Well, not an ideal start for UT Arlington, trying to pull off the midweek upset. Alexa Langoliers takes a called strike. .250 this year with the bases loaded. A .353 with runners in scoring position for the Tech second baseman. .333 average, 8 homers, 37 RBIs. Had a good pitch to Hackett, fouled it straight back, and falls behind 0-2. Well, they always teach you when you bat with the bases loaded, don't think grand slam. Just try to get 1 run home. Sometimes you wind up getting much more than just that 1 run home. Another foul ball off the bat of Langoliers. 3-time all-conference player in her time with Jerry Glasgow at Louisiana. He has singled her out as one of the top leaders on this Texas Tech team. Langoliers punches it to center field. Another base hit for Tech. They go station to station on the bases. Davis touches home. And the Red Raiders strike early. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the first. So a bases loaded knock for Alexa Langoliers. First 4 have reached here. 3 hits and a hit by pitch against the Southpaw Gutierrez. And now Lauren Allred will bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. Allred going after the first pitch, rolls it right side, it sneaks through. Base hit for Allred, and a pair of runs come across for Texas Tech. A 2-run single, RBIs 35 and 36, and it's a crooked number first for Texas Tech. 4 singles in the inning, and a lot of early swings in sequences. Baylor's throw from right field a bit up the third base line, and Lindemuth able to slide by the McNulty tag attempt. And that will draw a meeting in the circle early for UT Arlington, facing the 3-0 deficit. Still trying to find that coveted first out as Demi Elder makes her way to home plate. Runners at first and second with nobody out, already 3 runs across. for the 12th ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. If you're looking for an X factor, that has been Demi Elder, who sends it back to Gutierrez. She'll flip it on to first. And the two runners advance as the first out of the inning is recorded. Oh, the easiest play for sure there was for Gutierrez to flip to first base, but likely could have at least cut down one of the lead runners there by spinning around and throwing to third, or twirling and throwing to second base, but unsure if she'd have an infielder there to cover. She took the sure out at first base. So that kind of works like a sacrifice for Demi Elder, although she won't get credit for one. Pushing Langoliers to third and Allred to second. Nyjah Kennedy will bat here. I think everybody was a little confused. We had Nyjah slotted down in the 9 spot, and Schiller, who has not logged an at-bat this year, out of this DP spot 7th. So we'll just have to wait and see who comes up to bat when that number 9 spot rolls around. Nyjah was spectacular again in the circle over the weekend in Tucson. Now has the lowest earned run average in the country. And it's almost unfair to say it, but I mean, do you expect anything less from Nyjah Kennedy? Swinging a ground ball, left side, bobbled around over there, and not in time to first base as Nyjah pushes across the 4th Texas Tech run of this bottom of the 1st inning. Well, good things will happen when you put it in play. Bounced it over to Stone, who then kicked it to the shortstop Maldonado. And no chance to get Kennedy down that first base line. So 6 of the first 7 have reached. Nyjah's relaying the scouting report to Vic Valdez, who will be the 8th Red Raider to come up and hit here in the 1st inning. Logan Holloman, by the way, has entered the game to pinch run at first base. Because that ball was hit along the left side of the infield, Lauren Allred could not advance from second. So 1st and 2nd, the situation here with 1 out, 4 runs in for Texas Tech. There's the catcher, Valdez. Outs have not been easy to come by for Abby Gutierrez. Swing and a line shot into right center field. Base hit. It'll bounce out to the fence. Allred is in. Holloman right behind her. 2-run double, Vic Valdez. The Red Raiders have erupted for 6 in the bottom of the 1st at home. The first extra base hit of the inning. Vic Valdez, her 7th 2-bagger, RBIs 21 and 22 for the Red Raider backstop, who celebrated a birthday earlier this week. A belated birthday swing, 2-run double. The Red Raiders are pretty much doing whatever they want here in this first frame against Abby Gutierrez. And now that mysterious 9 spot is coming up for Texas Tech.
Now batting number 14, Reagan Jennings.
And it will be Reagan Jennings. So this umpiring crew will make the lineup card adjustments as Jennings, the sophomore, digs in. One of the few returners from last year's squad as Jennings shoots it towards the left side, and that sneaks through. It's another base hit for Texas Tech. Valdez had to wait up as the throw down to second not in time. Well, Texas Tech always trying to take that extra base. Now Reagan Jennings, as the Red Raiders have officially batted around here, 8 of the 9 have reached base safely in this first frame.
Batting number 42,
6
Davis.
of the 9 starters have collected base hits. There's also been an error and a hit by pitch in the frame. Demi Elder, the only starter to have recorded an out. Didn't it just feel like Maya Davis had stepped in like 5 minutes ago? not only has this been a lengthy last half of the first inning, but Texas Tech, they pieced together a ton of early swings. Davis on 1-0. Fair ball down the right field line into the corner. Davis can absolutely fly. It's a 2-run triple. How about 8? With still just 1 out in the bottom of the first for Tech. Well, it's a multi-hit first inning for Davis, who's halfway to the cycle. Gutierrez learning why exactly this Texas Tech offense has been among the best in the country. And it looks like the Mavericks are going to make a change. No signal yet. But I guess we'll step aside. 8 runs across, 1 out recorded in the bottom of the first. Well, apparently UT Arlington is going to stick with Gutierrez, at least for another hitter or 2. She's only logged 20 pitches here, but 8 runs have come across. And Haley Toney, who singled and scored earlier in the frame, will try and push across a 9th run for Texas Tech. Maya Davis, who just tripled in 2 at third base with 1 down. Well, there is such thing as being around and in the zone too much. And you could argue that Gutierrez has thrown too many strikes in this inning for UT Arlington, giving Texas Tech a ton of good pitches to swing at. So perhaps part of that conversation was, hey, you don't have to throw these hitters something down the middle to start each at bat, because they're certainly ready for it. That is on the outside. 2-2 on Haley Toney. Texas Tech 14-1 here at home. Lone loss in a series finale against Oklahoma State in early March. Foul territory left side. Nice attempt, but unable to get there is Hill. So still 2 strikes on the freshman Toney. In this gargantuan last half of the first inning for Tech. Swung on and lifted high in the air. Straightaway center field, plenty deep for Davis. Here comes the throw from Nisus. It was a good throw, but Maya Davis is a blur. And a Haley Toney sac fly makes it 9-0. Do have the wind pushing in, and it certainly helped the throw from Nisus, who made things interesting on the play at the plate. Well, 2 outs, base is empty. Bailey Lindemuth, hit by a pitch earlier in this frame, takes the first one upstairs. Quite a cushion for Sam Lincoln whenever she returns to the circle when this game inevitably reaches the second. This offense has more times than not provided a good chunk of run support for its pitching this season. Something to be said about pitching in a stress-free environment. You have this big of a cushion, you can just go out there and let it rip. You don't have to try to nibble around the outside corners. or the inside corners. It's 3-1 now on Lindemuth. Langoliers on deck. Nine runs on 7 hits for Texas Tech in the home half of the first. That's in tight. Well, Lindemuth has not been a part of the hit column, but she's been on base twice in this inning. Hit by pitch and now the free pass.
Now batting number 23, Alexa Langoliers.
Alexa Langoliers will bat for a second time. First ball swinging. She goes the other way and punches a base hit to right. Second knock of the inning for Langoliers. To keep the line moving, Lauren Allred getting ready to bat for a second time in this first frame. There's only been one extra base hit, but 7 singles now. I apologize. 2 extra base hits, 6 singles among the 8 knocks that the Red Raiders have pieced together in this home half of the first. Valdez had a double. Davis had a triple. Allred had a 2-run base hit and came around to score herself. Now Allred sends a fly ball the other way. Hill backing up, reaches up, and makes the catch. Well, this last half of the first have mercifully come to an end. 9 runs and 8 hits later. It is all Texas Tech after 1 in Lubbock. Big 12 ESPN Plus. Additionally, the championship game will air on ESPN while simulcast on ESPN Plus. We told you years ago that ESPN Plus subscription would be the best thing you could do with $10 a month. Well, quite the layover for Sam Lincoln, the Texas Tech starting pitcher, who watched her offense put together 9 runs and 8 hits in the home half of the first inning. Bit of a different feel for Sam, who pitched that top of the first in a 0-0 game. Now returns to the circle with a 9-run cushion, facing Kylie Bautista, the aforementioned designated player. .319 batting average to lead the club, 12 doubles, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. As she chops this one foul. Bautista, Hill, and Baylor 5, 6, 7 in the batting order for UT Arlington in the top of the second. Two and two. It's been a breakout junior campaign for Bautista, who sends this one in the air to left center field. Maya Davis reaches up and pulls down the first out of the second.
Now batting number 14, Nicole Hill.
One gone, Nicole Hill, the senior, batting 6th today for UT Arlington. From Bonita in Southern California. Her 4th season at UT Arlington. Had a multi-hit game at Oklahoma earlier this month, but has gone hitless in 12 at-bats since. This year's WAC softball tournament will be in Riverside, California, on California Baptist's campus. The WAC is getting ready for another conference realignment shakeup. California Baptist is leaving for the Big West next summer. Seattle's leaving this summer for the West Coast Conference, and Grand Canyon next year will be leaving for the Mountain West. So internally, there's a lot of scrambling going on in the WAC right now to see what the conference membership might look like come the summer of 2026. There's a swing and a miss. Nicole Hill down on strikes. It's the second strikeout of the night for Sam Lincoln. And 2 down here in the top of the second. Good off speed pitch there. Hill pulled the top hand over. 2 gone, Elizabeth Baylor. Transfer from New Mexico in her first year with the Mavericks. Junior from Richmond here in Texas. 221 batting average, 4 doubles, 5 homers, 16 batted in. And a pair of hits in the series finale loss Saturday at home against Grand Canyon. That was a tight loss for the Mavericks against the top team in the Western Athletic Conference. The signature victory so far this season for UT Arlington was on the road in a midweek at Baylor last month, and Elizabeth Baylor had 3 hits in that game in Waco. I think they're talking about something mechanical here with Sam Lincoln. Nothing to be concerned with Vic Valdez perhaps just reminding the freshmen of some of the stuff they've worked on in between outings. And a shallow, well, that didn't quite make it to the outfield. Off the end of the bat, Langoliers on to first. It's a 1-2-3 shutdown frame for Sam Lincoln. 9-0 Tech on cruise control early. Garris, you know Demi would like to join in on what's been a hit parade Wednesday so far for Texas Tech. 15 hits and 35 trips for the senior Demi Elder. 135th game in a Texas Tech uniform this afternoon for the League City, Texas native. With 3 hits, 3 RBIs over the weekend in Texas Tech's signature series win at a top 15 Arizona squad. Red Raiders a 1-run loss in the series opener, but then bounced back with a run rule win in the middle game and able to pull away in the late frames in the rubber match on Saturday night. That was some good national exposure for Tech. 2 of those games on linear networks. Three balls, 1 strike. 15th game of the season for Demi Elder, who missed a good chunk of the early campaign with an injury. But Texas Tech, in games she's played, 13-1. You talk about an X factor, and she has delivered. Full count. Just inside. Elder aboard. Leadoff walk. Second free pass issued by Gutierrez, who also hit a batter in that first inning of work. Nyjah Kennedy, who reached on an error her first time, will bat again. One of the big selling points for Texas Tech when Nyjah Kennedy was making her decision in the transfer portal last summer was the opportunity to do more than just pitch. Nyja's now logged 42 at-bats this season. Little tardy on the first pitch swing as she fouls it away. Apologies, 62 at-bats for Nyja this year. 19 hits, 3 doubles, 6 homers. Oh, and by the way, did you see she's got her own website now? NyjaKennedy24.com. She's that good. Falls behind 0-2 here. On Monday was named a USA Softball Star of the Week for what she did at Arizona, as she's plunked by the 2-strike pitch here. So the command has eluded Gutierrez a bit to start this last half of the second. The walk followed by the hit by pitch. That puts 2 on with nobody out, and Nyja will be pinch run for by Michaela Garcia this time after Logan Holloman came in to pinch run for her back in the inaugural inning. More Red Raiders on the bases for Vic Valdez, who doubled in 2 as part of that 9-run first.
Now batting number 13, Victoria Valdez.
Low and in for ball 1. There's Garcia, the Lubbock native, transfer from UT Tyler. Her first season with the program. Ball 2. Walk and a hit by pitch. Not a good recipe to open a frame like that against Texas Tech, as Valdez takes ball 3. Well, the issues for Gutierrez in the first hardly had to do with her command. If anything, she was giving Texas Tech too many good pitches to hit. Perhaps being a little too selective in her second inning of work, as Valdez has the green light, but out in front of the 3-0 pitch. Now 3-1. Full count. Another foul ball off the bat of Valdez. Good crowd on hand for this midweek. One final weekend series to catch the Red Raiders Friday through Sunday here in Lubbock against Arizona State. Full count. Swing and a high pop-up. Foul territory. Winds near 20 miles per hour, and it pops out of McNulty's mitt at the very last moment. Now give her credit. I mean, she tracked the wind pretty well. The trajectory of that ball changing a little bit up in the sky, but just couldn't squeeze it. More life here for Valdez. There's the 3-2 again. And this one popped up in the field of play. Nisus waits for it to come down. And that's the first out. So a long sequence that Gutierrez prevails in against Vic Valdez. As the runners stay put with now 1 down in the inning, and that 9 spot coming up again.
Batting number 22, Samantha Lincoln.
And Sam Lincoln will grab the bat and come up to hit here. She has not logged an at-bat this season. But heck, you're up 9-0 in the second at home. So much is breaking your way. Why not give her a shot as she taps the first pitch foul? You can imagine, you see the smile on her face, that this is a pretty fun moment for her teammates. Might be as fired up as you'll find the Tech third base dugout today. Getting a chance to watch one of their primary pitchers swing the bat. It's not a Nyjah type situation where she's seen a ton of time in the box this year. She takes strike 2. And you wonder when the last time was that she logged an at-bat in an organized game. Doesn't say anything about her hitting statistics and what she did in an outstanding high school career as she goes down swinging. Well, Sam Lincoln much better on the other side of things, but she can say she logged a collegiate at bat.
Batting number 42, Maya Davis.
First strikeout for Gutierrez. Now 2 on with 2 out. Maya Davis 2 for 2. Single and a 2-run triple in that 9-run first. Base hit right field. Elder motors around third and safe. A swim move to get around McNulty's tag. And it's another RBI from Maya Davis as she knocks in her 3rd run to put double figures in the run column for Tech. Now we'll see if UT Arlington has any desire in a lopsided game to contest the call at the plate.
Haley Tony.
I think that was a great call made by Bubba Ewald. It looked like that left hand of Demi Elder got in there before the tag was applied. And sure enough, no contest from UT Arlington as Tony grounds out to end the frame. Well, the Red Raiders add on Maya Davis. 3 hits already out of the leadoff spot. And it's all Texas Tech after. All right, Sam Lincoln, who logged her first collegiate at bat, getting back to what she does best. Couple scoreless innings, just 1 hit allowed. Couple strikeouts for Lincoln as she faces Mallory Stone, the starting 3rd baseman. Stone, the redshirt junior from Grand Prairie, Texas. In her 2nd year with the program, appeared exclusively as a pinch runner last year. Spent 2 years at Hill College out of high school. After Stone, it's Maldonado, then Nices as we go back to the top of the Maverick batting order. UT Arlington, 3 games above 500, checking into action this afternoon, trying to secure their first winning season since 2019. Slow roller, Lincoln has it. On to first, 1 away. Back in 2019, when the Mavericks finished with their most recent winning record, they won the NISC, which is kind of like the NIT for college softball. Beat Iowa State in the championship game that year. Talia Maldonado, starting shortstop out of the 9 spot for the Mavericks. A freshman from Corpus Christi. 3 hits, pair of doubles over the weekend against Grand Canyon. Sends this one in the air to left center field. And Maya Davis calls off Elder for out number 2.
Now batting number 88, Marley Nisus.
Marley Nisus will bat for a second time. Rounded out to third base to open the game. Nisus trying to bunt her way aboard. And not in time. Flip from Sam Lincoln. Tad too late. Nisus legs out the bunt base hit. Second base tipped the game for the Mavericks. And that will keep the line moving for Emma Lopez. Lopez, a strikeout victim her first time. Fouled off a couple full count pitches before taking strike 3 on the outside corner. Throw coming to second and not in time to get Nisus. Fourteenth stolen base of the year for Marley Nisus. First Maverick in scoring position against Sam Lincoln. Dots the outside to Emma Lopez. There's a walk. So, with 2 outs in the inning, second time through the order, Nisus the bunt base hit. And now Lopez the base on balls to put 2 on with 2 out for Dee McClarity. Well, it's not going to be Dee McClarity here. Instead, McDonald, the freshman, will bat. Timeout here, as Lincoln has struggled to find the strike zone here with 2 outs to try and finish up this top half of the third. Very quick message from Tara Archibald, the pitching coach for Tech. Likely just reminding her, hey, it's a 10-0 game. Go attack these hitters. Maddie McDonald, batting for a first time in this game, is a freshman from San Juan Capistrano in Southern California. Two-way talent. Has appeared in 8 games as a pitcher this year as she takes another wide one from Sam Lincoln. Two on, 2 out, a 2-0 delivery, and it's right over the heart of the plate. Ball 3. Oh, in danger of walking the bases loaded here. Cleanup hitter is on deck as that ball is hit well. Right field, it's deep, it is gone! Maddie McDonald leaves the yard. A 3-run shot for UT Arlington. And the Mavericks make some noise here in the top of the third. Third home run of the season for McDonald. She knew it off the bat.
Now batting number 25, Ian McNulty.
So for whatever reason, that final out here for Sam Lincoln has been rather elusive in this top of the third. And that also, for the time being, takes this game out of run rule range. See what the Red Raider bats have to say about that come the last half of the third, but certainly a big boost for now for the Mavericks. Strike 2 to McNulty, who flew out to right field her only time. Swing and a bouncing ball, right side. Langoliers throws out McNulty to end the frame. But how about Maddie McDonald? 3-run shot with 2 outs and some life for the Mavericks at Rocky Johnson Field in program history. 10-3 ball game as we move to the bottom of the third. Emily Holscher, another left-hander out there for the Mavericks, takes over for Abby Gutierrez. Texas Tech 9 runs to set the tone in the first inning, then followed that up with another run in the second before, kind of out of nowhere, McDonald launched a 3-run shot with 2 outs for the Mavericks off Sam Lincoln in the top half of this inning. Bailey Lindemuth takes ball 1. Already Lindemuth's third plate appearance has not logged an official at-bat yet. Hit by a pitch in the first. Also worked a walk in the first inning. And is reached for, poked towards shallow right field, and that's in there for a base hit. Oh, flipped it past the right side of the infield and found some green grass. Texas Tech has a 10th hit this afternoon as Lindemuth is on base for a third time. Alexa Langoliers had a pair of hits in that 9-run first, including an RBI single. That bounces up there, skips away from McNulty, who appears to be in some discomfort on the wild pitch. Athletic training staff of UT Arlington out to check on McNulty. Appears to be that right throwing hand that the pitch got a piece of. McNulty, a couple tosses back to her battery mate. Appears to be a go. Langoliers skies it out of play off the right field line. after the mini injury delay. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, Alexa's older brother Shea, starting catcher for the Oakland. Oh, I did it. They're not in Oakland anymore. They're just the A's. Upstairs. What's interesting is they don't want to be called Sacramento A's, although that's where they're spending their time the next 2 to 3 seasons. There's a line shot into left center field, base hit. Lindemuth scores easily on the run-scoring hit from Alexa Langoliers. Well, Texas Tech, they get one of those runs back as Langoliers knocks in her second of the day. So a pair of hits to open the frame for Texas Tech.
Now batting number 11, Lauren Allred.
And Lauren Allred will bat. Allred delivered a 2-run single in that 9-run first. Swings at this pitch, rolls it to second. Langoliers was in motion, so the Mavericks only get 1 as Lopez throws her out. Langoliers into scoring position with 1 down, and Demi Elder coming to bat for a 3rd time today.
Now batting number 2, Demi Elder.
Elder has walked twice. Came around to score the lone run that Texas Tech put in the run column last inning. We mentioned now Demi's been an X factor since her return from injury. Not only is the batting average impressive, but the winning percentage is even higher. Into right field, hit well, Baylor towards the corner, and it's a foul ball. Demi a little too early on that swing. We'll try and straighten it out here with the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Elder will try her luck the opposite way, but Hill runs it down for the 2nd out. So 2 down in the inning. Nyjah coming to bat for a 3rd time. Kennedy has been on twice without the benefit of a base hit so far. Reached on an error her first time and was hit by a pitch last inning. And as is the case when you got to make these switches, Bubba Ewald, the home plate umpire, has been busy adding and subtracting to the lineup cards.
Now batting number 24, Nyjah Kennedy.
That's the voice of the great Robert Giovanetti handling the public address today at Rocky Johnson Field. Used to call a lot of Tech baseball games a number of years back. One ball, 1 strike. You'd expect to see Nyjah in the circle on Friday night to open that final Big 12 home series against the Sun Devils from Arizona State. We'll have that one for you at 6 p.m. Central right here on ESPN+. There are some potential showers coming this weekend, so we'll see if that alters that 3-game series at all. It's supposed to rain on Saturday. Texas Tech, they've had their original schedule altered a ton by weather this season, not only in Lubbock, but elsewhere too. Had to play a lot of doubleheaders in Big 12 play to work around some of the inclement weather that's rolled through. Still 2-2 as Emily Holscher tries to put away Nyjah Kennedy to wrap up this last half of the third. Here it comes from the southpaw. Kennedy fouls it back. Well, Nyjah hasn't seen everyday at-bats, but still trying to get that timing down and expand upon her greatness in the circle. Another 2-2. Close miss, full count. Vic Valdez scheduled next. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Kennedy couldn't lay off the rise ball, and Holscher strikes her out. Red Raiders add another 8-run lead. Junior from Rockwall only logged a combined 13 at-bats previous 2 years, and what a breakout season it's been for Bautista here in this juniors season. Has become a middle-of-the-order threat for the Mavericks. Strike two. You want to see Sam Lincoln get right back to getting ahead of these hitters. No chase from Bautista on 0-2. Nicole Hill, Elizabeth Baylor scheduled to follow. Although we've already seen a multitude of substitutions on both sides. Strike three swinging. And the third strikeout today for Sam Lincoln.
Now batting number 14, Nicole Hill.
Called strike two, Nicole Hill, who was a strikeout victim herself last time she batted in the second. One ball, two strikes on Hill, who's trying to bust out of a 0 for 13. Two and two. Swinging a slow bouncer. Going to be a tough play, but Tony got rid of it quickly and throws out the speedy Hill. 2 down. The sure-handed freshman shortstop takes care of Nicole Hill. 2 away. Here is Elizabeth Baylor. Baylor, a ground out her only time. That was back in the second. Ball 2 from the southpaw Lincoln. Challenged her that time, and Baylor could not catch up to it. 2-1. Texas Tech set the tone early in this game. 9 runs in the home half of the first. They added another in the second before the McDonald 3-run homer in the top of the third. Red Raiders responded with 1 in the home half of the frame. It's 3-1 here on Elizabeth Baylor. Alexa Langoliers encouraging Sam Lincoln to not try and nibble here with an 8-run lead. Full count. Lincoln got the first 2 outs of the third rather quickly, then gave up the bunt base hit, the walk, and the 3-run home run. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sam Lincoln to Elizabeth Baylor. Here it is. Swung on and pounded. Center field, it stays in the yard. Maya Davis makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 frame. Nice bounce back inning for Lincoln. Red Raiders will come on back 3 into the 5th. Vic Valdez takes the first pitch just a bit low for ball 1. Valdez, a 2-run double in that 9-run first for Texas Tech. Flew out to center fielder last time. Adams from Bryan, Texas. And at one point in her career, played under Jerry Glasgow. Of course, UT Arlington used to be in the same conference, the Sun Belt, as Louisiana before they moved to the WAC in 2022. Jessica Adams never appeared in a game at Louisiana, but did sign with that Ragin' Cajuns program before transferring to UT Arlington. So coach has some familiarity with the right-hander. Full count here on Valdez. Here's the payoff, and it swung on and bounced right back to Adams. 1 down. Oh, Valdez grounds out. Here comes the 9th spot. Seeing Jennings and Lincoln had out of this spot, and Texas Tech will turn to the freshman Kylie Huffman. Give her an opportunity to bat in this game.
Now batting for the Red Raiders, number 66, Kylie Huffman.
Huffman this year in 38 at-bats has collected 8 hits, 3 of those doubles, and has knocked in 8 runs. First ball swinging on the ground to short. Maldonado has it. Low throw to first. Handled over there by McDonald. 2 away.
to Maya Davis.
Well, two gone. Maya Davis has enjoyed a nice day at the dish. She's a home run shy of the cycle. Although I'm wondering how they gave her credit for a double last time up. But let's just ignore that. And she goes yard right here. She will have hit for the cycle. It did homer over the weekend in Tucson. Has knocked in 3 runs today. A spot this season. So only 18 RBIs on the year for Maya Davis, who's scored 45 times. So often she's been hit in by a teammate rather than herself hitting in her teammates, but she's had those opportunities with the bottom of the order frequently reaching base in the early innings of this game. Jessica Adams delivers the 2-strike pitch, and Davis takes high and outside, ball 2. Davis in the air, left field, it's deep, it's a cycle for Maya Davis! History in Lubbock. 4 for 4 with a single, a double, a triple, and now a home run. Maya Davis, all 4 of her home runs this season have come in the last month. So her power surge continues. And she hits for the cycle. First home run of the game for Texas Tech is now Tony sends a slow dribbler towards McDonald. And the inning is over. We may have our play of the game courtesy of Maya Davis on the other side. Texas Tech nearing another run rule win. So Riaceto will try and slam the door shut on the Mavericks. UT Arlington needs a pair of runs here in the top of the 5th to extend the game. Mallory Stone hit a comebacker her only time. Sends this one on the ground. 1 away.
Batting number 1, Talia Maldonado.
Talia Maldonado flew out to left center field, and a nice running catch by Maya Davis. Her first time up. Missed off the outside, 2-1. Bouncing ball right side. To the bag, Lauren Allred, 2 away.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 88, Marley Nisus.
Marley Nisus has to get on base here to extend the game. Bunt base hit that opened the door for UT Arlington's 3-run 3rd inning. In the air, shallow center field. It drops in front of Davis for a base hit. So on an afternoon where UT Arlington, they have just 4 hits as a team, half of them from that leadoff spot in Marley Nisus. So she keeps the game alive. Emma Lopez will bat for a 3rd time. Lopez walked and came around on the 3-run homer. Throw to second base will end the game. Whoops. Interesting time to send the runner there. Nisus caught stealing for just the 5th time this season. And Vic Valdez throws out the would-be base stealer to finish things up at Rocky Johnson Field. Maya Davis, her cycle highlights this midweek run rule victory for Texas Tech. They win it by a final of 12-3 for our producer, Sydney Bacchus.